Hello, my crafty friend, or perhaps my jewelry loving friend, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's video, which is one that I'm so excited to get into. It's a first for my channel. Very much inspired by my new YouTube friends Jason and Tanya, whose channels are just super cool. Jason, who I've mentioned before, who just does the most fascinating videos about jewelry history, and his extraordinary collection. And Tanya, whose channel I found through his, is called My Jewelry Addiction. And she does really cool videos where she opens up jewelry jars and packages of junk jewelry and goes through them with her expert eye, identifying what's what and what's valuable and how things can be worn. And anyway, if you are one of my regular viewers, you know this already. I absolutely love buying junk jewelry jars and junk jewelry packages like these ones, taking them apart and then using the pieces in my junk journals. So I thought today I would do kind of a fun video sharing what the junk jewelry jars look like when I buy them, and then how I use them in my boho beads. Oh, of course, right on cue. Domino decides now is the time he wants to jump up here, so I had to scoop and plop. But anyway, yeah, so here's some boho beads I've made this past week. I'm not ready to do a tutorial video on how to make boho beads because as of now, every time I sit down to make one, I make it a little bit differently. So until I can personally replicate a process, I don't try to teach anybody else how to do it. But these are how they turned out. They were pretty fun. All using bits of sari fabric and trims and laces, and then kind of bound up with golden threads and things. So the charms I've stuck to them, the elephant here, the little cluster of gunmetal colored beads there, those are pieces that I found in junk jewelry jars. And then some, like this one with the crazy little fringe tutu, I've left plain on purpose because hopefully today we can find something in one of these jewelry bags to attach to these. The last time I had a proper jar, this strand of jump rings was in it. So this is like striking a gold mine for somebody who does crafts like I do, because these split rings are what I can use to attach charms that we might find onto our boho bead. So anyway, I'm going to set the other bags aside and start with this one here in no particular order. So you have no idea how much self-control I had to embody in order to resist ripping these open yesterday when I bought them. But I really did want to save them to open on camera so that the reaction is natural. How cool is this? This is one entire solid strand of these teeny tiny seashells. So I might save those for something that I make in the month of May for Mermay. Of course, lots and lots of tangles. So I'm just going to dump this right out onto the tray. This is for you, Kat. When I told my friend Kat about going out to find junk jewelry jars, she said she would love to see those all dumped out onto a tray. So here it is. Look at how cute. Oh, for someone who does gardening, it's a wheelbarrow brooch, and the wheel actually rolls. Okay, so that's already worth the $5. Copyright JJ. JJ for junk journals. I'm scared to bend this. It's a little crooked. Oh, there we go. I managed to bend it back without breaking it, but it does feel like a very soft metal, probably pewter. But that will be adorable. Another little brooch. Okay, a red hat with the purple trim. But that's cutely paper doll sized, isn't it? That might just go with a paper doll. a little dove of peace with a heart. I might take some blue acrylic paint and see if I can like wedge it into these lines to make it into sort of like a bluebird of happiness. I'll play with it. The Variety Club. So yeah, so far I'm impressed. The thrift shop where I buy these jewelry, can't really call this a jar anymore, can I? These jewelry bags. It used to sell jars of jewelry like this for $10. Clearly it has now moved to selling bags for $5. But so far, I think the stuff that's been in this bag is about similar to what would have been in the $10 jars. I'm not seeing much of a difference. See, these beads will be fun to add to some of the boho beads like that. Just cheap plastic and glass beads, but they look pretty cool when you cut a strand like this apart and start using the different pieces. I love the color of this sort of turquoise, bright turquoise. Looks like glass, feels like plastic. But yeah, so this is basically it. There's no real secret to where I get my junk jewelry. I've talked about getting these junk jewelry jars and going thrifting and going antiquing. See, I love this stuff. This filigree looking, these moonstone colored glass bits. This feels kind of cool. Probably a newly made thing, but made to look old. Definitely has one of those new made in China clasps. But still kind of cool. As a vegan, I don't like to buy things with leather, but sometimes leather winds up in these junk jewelry jars, so I'll probably just set that right back into the bag, because what I do, the pieces I find completely unusable, I just put them back in the bag and redonate them. So I figure there's probably a lot of jewelry making its way through the thrift circuit, getting donated, purchased, redonated. The cycle of junk jewelry. Anyway, I'm putting all of that stuff off to the side. And then all the things that I know are definitely useful in journals, I'll put off to this side. This pendant, it's just a really cool wavy looking design, brushed on one side, shiny on the other. Reminds me of the things teachers would wear back in the early 90s. Could look cool kind of decorating a journal page. This I already know is going right back into the redonate baggie. I don't know why they even put that in a jewelry bag. I would have thrown that in the trash. This is cute though. This rainbow choker, speaking of the 90s, this feels like something I would have had in elementary school. Cute little crystal accent on the clasp. I don't know what this is. Maybe looks like a piece of dollhouse furniture. Oh, I was hoping maybe it opens, but no. Just some little redonate. But yeah, sorry if this video isn't as, I bet you these glow in the dark. Yeah, they do. I tested it. Those will be fun in a journal. That's a pretty bracelet. The clasp, the chain is broken, but it's pretty. It must have been something if it was worthy of having a safety chain, right? It's kind of cute. Set that aside to check out further off camera. This is rubber. Oh, yuck. Ew, I bet that's like a baby's soothing necklace. Oh, that's probably been in some baby's mouth. Sorry to get grossed out by that. Like, if a dog or a cat had sucked on that thing, it wouldn't bother me at all. But somehow the thought of it being in a baby's mouth, a human baby, that kind of grosses me out. I think I have more of a cat lady gene than a maternal gene. These are kind of fun. For like a junk journal that has sort of a woodsy natural theme. Like maybe a fairy forest journal. I'm seeing stars here, and this is definitely magnetic because all the other stuff is sticking to it. So yeah, this is kind of cool. I would never wear this bracelet, but I'm wondering if the clasp could be reused to make a multi-strand bracelet that I would maybe wear or sell. But I will definitely make use out of the star beads and the starfish charm. This looks cool. Uh-oh. Sorry, pardon the random hiss sounds in the background. That's fun, isn't it? It's way too big for my wrist. This feels almost like it was made for a man's wrist, or maybe it's just kind of been stretched out, but that's a fun bracelet just for wearing. It's always surprising to me what the thrift stores put in these cheap junk bags and what they put priced on the sales shelf, because I've seen them sell junkier jewelry than this, trying to charge $5 to $10 for it, and then something this cool makes its way into the junk baggie. This I think I will just redonate. Actually, no, maybe these beads could be useful on a boho bead like this. Sometimes it's nice to have beads with a bigger hole to go over things. No, changed my mind. I'll save that for journal making. That redonate though. So yeah, I'm sorry if this video isn't as chatty as my journal flip through videos usually are, but it takes a special set of YouTube skills, I think, to look at something for the very first time and keep talking while simultaneously having a natural in the moment reaction. Sorry, as I describe my thought process, I'm noticing how stunning the bead caps are on these little faux pearls. I'm not so excited about the faux pearls, but I'm very excited about these beautiful patterned bead caps and the really cool colors in these sort of aurora borealis looking bicones. Love those beads. This is really cool looking too. This definitely has a vintage look to it. Look at these. Don't they look like jelly beans or something? Very cool. That definitely looks old too. And I'm impressed that none of the jelly beans have fallen off, because a lot of times when I find older looking things like this in a junk jar, they'll be missing the actual fake stones. But yeah, that's kind of a cool one. I'll set that one aside. Look at the symbol on the other end of the clasp. That one is worth looking into a little bit more, I think. Single 80s earring. Oh, I feel sorry for whoever has the best when friends winds up in a donation bin. What have we got here? Looks like the rook from a chess game. That could be a cool little charm inside a journal. Some plain kind of brown beads. A single hoop earring. This is pretty much the standard jewelry jar faux pearl strand. I wind up coming across lots and lots of these. But you know what? So far I haven't really come across anything I want to dangle off of a boho bead yet. This is sure pretty though for a pinky ring. I could see myself wearing that in a journal flip through video to give away with the journal. Little black beads. Yeah, that one I think I'll just redonate. This one too, just a little simple silver string bracelet, but I can't see myself using it for anything. This though, these would be really cool. Too bad there's a gross human hair in it. I do get kind of grossed out by the jewelry jar hairballs at times. So yeah, you work for your treasures when you go through these thrifted jewelry bags. You will have to touch some hair clumps and some teething rings from time to time. Yeah, let me know in the comments. What's the most disgusting thing you've ever found in a thrift store jewelry jar? Or maybe don't. Maybe I'd rather not know if you found something truly gross. Yeah, see, again, when I find leather, ugh, I'll just pop that immediately into the redonate. This is cool though, isn't it? So pretty. It's just plastic, but it has kind of a soft feel to it. I don't know what that would be. Just a cheap little thing, but imagine this glowing up from a coffee dyed piece of paper. Let me see if I've got something. Here we go. I've got this bag of vintage lace. I'm just curious to see if this will look as pretty as I think it'll look. Oh yeah, I think it will. Yep, I can already imagine how gorgeous that's going to look on a journal as that little pop of color. Here we've got some little studs. It's nice that they're in a little baggie, so it's matched pairs. This could be fun. What's this thing? It feels like it should open. Is there like a trick that if you push on these like pink? This definitely feels like a kid's toy, and it feels like there must be like a trick to it. Like if you push on these pink faux gems, something's gonna pop open and this door is going to reveal what's inside. Wouldn't it be cool? I mean, it doesn't have any branding or anything on it, or else I would guess maybe it's like a Polly Pocket ring. That would have been super cool to find. But I don't know. I'll set that aside too to check out off camera. If you know what that thing is, let me know. This looks like one of those wrap bracelets all the crafters were making a couple years ago. At first glance, these look like they could have been moonstone, but I think they are that plastic stuff that they sometimes try to sell it as moonstone. Or like opal aura plastic, whatever it is. But you know what? This could still make a really cool journal closure. So I'm setting that aside. Some more kind of rustic wooden beads. These will, again, look really cool in like a 1970s, maybe flower child themed journal. This looks like a knockoff of those Swarovski bracelets that were all the rage a couple years ago. Like crocheted net filled with fake crystals. I don't like Swarovski, by the way. I think, like, I want my gems to be real. I want them to be radiating energy. I don't want them to be lead crystal. Change my mind. There's my little picture for Instagram. You know, I don't believe Swarovski is luxury because it's fake crystals. Like, change my mind. These are beautiful. I would never wear them, but the color of turquoise is stunning. See, this is the kind of thing I'm thinking for the boho beads. Imagine bees hanging from that with like a little charm in the middle. That could be cool. So I'm setting these aside with my pile of definitely will use. So far, the redonate bag is not as full as it's been in previous jar and baggie openings of mine. These kinds of things I always just redonate because they're not the kind of earrings I wear. They're not junky enough to throw in the garbage. I'm sure somebody would wear them, but not me. And I don't know, I just never got into the reselling of the jewelry. I find my excitement is more in the crafting. This could be cool, adding texture to a journal page. This, what is it? Is it a finger toque? Is it a finger toque? Hi. Pardon my sloppy nails. You know what? Okay, so I know every week that Saturday, ooh, these are cool. Saturday is my journal filming day or craft filming day. And I've got all week to prepare for it, and yet I always wind up painting my fingernails on Saturday morning. And that's why they always look a little sloppy. I'm trying to see if there's a design on these. Is that like a phoenix bird or something? Am I looking at it from the wrong side? Pretty, whatever it is. Little ink swirls, dragon-esque. That just looks like marbled. This is neat though, these Viva Beaches. You know what? I think this is polymer clay. I think these are little polymer clay cabochons. What a cool technique. As a polymer clay artist, I know how hard it is to get things to look like what you want them to look like. But I think that's exactly what this is. Yeah, look, because on the other side, it's the same pattern. That's kind of a neat little find. Those will be cool in a journal. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Boho bead dangle. That'll look gorgeous on one of the boho beads. It's hard, okay? So people like Jason and Tanya who do these jewelry share videos, I don't think Jason does the junk jars, mind you. His are more like a collection shares of his very, very stunning, drool-worthy collection, expertly curated. See, this will look cool hanging from a bookmark or a paper clip on a journal page. I love it when there's a single earring because then I don't feel guilty cutting up and ruining an earring pair. See, look at this little cute panda. This is the kind of thing that I'll take a stack of little junk papers. For example, if this was like a little pile of papers, I'd put something like this through it, bend over the back of the earring and use it like a staple. And it's like the world's cutest little staple. So by the way, if you do these too, if you pick up the junk jewelry bags, love that one. That'll be pretty. What is it? Oh, it's got Chinese stamps on it. It's not really an earring. That's an interesting little thing. Maybe it's like a clothing button, like for a pair of jeans or something. Whatever it is, it's pretty. But yeah, if you're also into the journal making, then that's what brings you to my channel. These junk jewelry jars and junk jewelry bags are a treasure trove. See this one for like a sea-themed boho bead like this? I could have dangled. Maybe I still will. Add these to the lapis lazuli and blue glass beads. More is more when it comes to junk journals, I think. The more texture, the more ornamentation, the more variety of materials, the better. That's so pretty. Ah, don't you just love a pear-shaped diamond? Set in platinum, or in this case, platinum colored plastic. Another redonate pair. Let's see. November 20th, 2020. If that date is significant to anybody watching this, comment and let me know, and that bracelet will be yours. Otherwise, it's redonated. These are cool. A little freshwater pearl, a little heart. Again, for vegan reasons, I don't buy pearl jewelry new, but when it turns up in a junk jar, I will reuse it if it's something that goes with a project I'm working on. What have we got here? All the tangles. You've got to be patient with these too to undo all the tangles. So this is just a really long costume necklace with glass beads and metal links, but these metal links again are gonna look so cool on boho beads. We've got a Jesus fish to be redonated. We've got a cute little plastic purse that I wish, oh, I wish this was a tiny little locket, because that would be so much cooler than what it is, which is just an unusable little plastic decoration. Still might look cool on the shoulder of a paper doll. What are these things? Lots and lots of tangles, my friend. see. It's exciting though when you get these tangles untangled. Normally I would not be doing this on camera either because it can be very frustrating, but I kind of want to see if it's doable on camera before I set it aside to do later. No, I might have to set this aside to work on later. Anyway, is this one of those vintage apple seed necklaces? And if so, I wonder what the other seeds are. They're definitely seeds of some kind. That'll be neat in a garden-themed journal of some sort. I found an Edith Holden book in the wild for the first time. I think it's called The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady or something like that. Let's see. Little made in China infinity pendant. I'm ready to set that aside to work on off camera. But yeah, so with that Edith Holden book, I'm thinking I'll have to do. This would look cool on a paper clip or something. Silver colored bar, a gold colored bar. The silver colored one has a little crystal glued into the end of it. Pretty. Definitely will look cool on a journal. There's a pair of these earrings. There was another one of these turquoise. Any of the stuff I'm putting into the redonate bag, if any of you want it, just like leave a comment and let me know. And if you're willing to pay the shipping, I will send it to you, no charge. The stuff I'm setting aside to use in journals though. Okay, donate jar or donate baggie. Another redonate baggie. But anyway, yeah, when I found that Edith Holden book, I thought maybe it's a sign to make a nature-themed journal. See, there's a pair of these too. Obviously a home crafter would have put these together with the kinds of pieces they can find at Michael's, but it's kind of fun to get something that you can tell somebody else made and then give it a new life once they've grown tired of it and donated their creation. These little drops too, I love the little star. That feels like maybe obsidian or some kind of maybe dyed black agate. These are just glass, but maybe they're quartz. Maybe it's like an aura quartz. Quartz that has gone through a electroplating process. Not bad. Not bad little haul. This, I don't know what the symbol means. I'll put it in a redonate baggie. Just when in doubt, I don't use a symbol, just to stay safe, to avoid giving the wrong messages or impressions with anything. Not a bad little haul though, considering these are the things that I will find a use for. Oops, those I'm donating again. These are the things I'll definitely also use. And the last little baggie. This one grosses me out. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's something somebody made. Maybe it's adorable. Maybe it's a little alien brooch. Look at this. Okay, here's a contender. Oh, there's a human hair stuck to it, and it's not one of mine. Ew. Oh, I'm putting that on the garbage pile. Not the redonate pile, by the way. I'm not gross. The actual garbage. Okay, that's kind of hideous and kind of adorable. What do you think? Look at the little eyes made out of like boho glass evil eye eyes. The little bow in the hair. Oh, it's so gross. It's got stuff stuck in the yarn, but so funny. I'm setting that in the redonate pile. It's just too gross. That's redonate. Oh, this might be the worst jar yet. That's kind of cute though. Look at this little butterfly with a crystal. Yep. That can get used in a journal. And this little stretchy infinity ring, that could get used in a journal. That'll donate. Little rainbow beaded ring. That's That's actually pretty cool. That I'll use in a journal. Big, giant, cheap, fake silver thing. Oh, pardon all the cat hissing sounds. They like to start their dramas while I'm filming. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in the redonate pile. This rubber pirate ring, donate pile. Again, if any of you want any of the things, I'm redonating. That'll look cool hanging from maybe like a red and gold boho bead. Redonate those little beads. Redonate this thing. Good for whoever decided to give a hand at that. Oh, and here we get our first real thing. That looks like amber. Looks like silver, but it's hard to tell. Very bent out of shape. So if you get rings like this in jewelry jars, I'm going to show you a trick. I'm walking away, but I'll be right back. Okay. If you get yourself a ring mandrel like this one, sometimes you'll be able to push and push and push a ring until you kind of get it back to being roundish again. So see, not quite wearable yet, but if I played around with that, I could probably get it to fit. There we go. I once found for $7 a 10 karat gold and natural teeny tiny little diamond ring that was bent out of shape like this, and when I polished it up and did it on the mandrel, it started to fit again. But yeah, that looks like 925. Yep, so that's stamped sterling silver, real amber. That'll go cool as the ring giveaway, along with like a magical whim and maybe like a Celtic magic themed journal. This will look neat. So, okay. The way these boho beads are, it's fabric wrapped and wrapped around a wire the way I do them. Everyone does them differently, but I'm thinking I'll save the beaded things like this to wrap around the boho beads like that. And then I'll just clasp or hide the clasps under bead caps or something, but won't that look kind of cool with the right color? Okay. Aw, Ariel and Flounder. So cute. Save that aside to give as a gift with purchase if I do a mermaid, another mermaid themed journal. Yep, tacky little kid rings. I used to love those when I was a little girl though. Speaking of tacky, I mean, I shouldn't call it that. To each their own. Somebody might love these big giant plastic loops. Maybe these are some special kind of plastic that I just don't know about because I'm a noob when it comes to the jewelry world. Doesn't say anything on that tag there, so I don't think so. Look at the giant clasp though. That might come in handy for a purse charm or something if I decide to take this apart. As of now though, I'm putting this in the redonate pile. More little seashells. We had a little jumper, a little hammered metal toe ring or something. I'll definitely wash my hands after this. What does that say? Taiwan. Canada flag, but it says Taiwan. Muse, that's kind of a fun 2-finger ring. Calling on the muses. That would be a fun gift with purchase. Ooh, this is pretty. That's got a fun vintage vibe, doesn't it? I'm thinking of starting a journal for myself where I'll save on the cover, maybe make the cover out of black velvet and use it as a backdrop to save all the cool old brooches like this that come up in jewelry bags. $19.92. World Curling Championships. That's funny. Any of you curlers? My grandma loves curling, so I can offer her that as a gag gift, but I already know she won't want it. But she might find it funny. There's another little cultured pearl. This, I think, will look adorable hanging from the sea blue boho bead. Wow, this video is turning out to be a lot longer than I thought it would. A little split ring, so that's the kind of ring you see on keychains and such. Another little hammered toe ring. I was thinking this video might be 15-20 minutes. Like, how long can I really talk about the stuff that comes out of these bags? But there's some little cool things. Look at that little turtle. I hope that's not turtle shell or something. Oh no, that's a seashell. It's a piece of hopefully ethically sourced seashell. Another donate earring. But of course, yeah, there's turning out to be a lot to look at. Another curling championship from 1982. You know, I wonder if these were donated by somebody who actually competed in those games. What have we got here? Cool little costume ring with a faux ruby and a couple of faux diamonds on one side and a couple of empty cavities on the other. It's pretty. The plating's wearing off a little, but I'll clean that up and use it in a journal. This looks kind of like a mood ring. If the colors start changing, we'll know it is. Let's see. No. No color change. Just a fun little kid's ring. Craft! There's a good charm for us crafty people. Another jump ring. DHS. I wonder if I'll ever meet anyone with those specific initials. 77. Any of you know what that might stand for? I'll look that up. It's cute. These make really cool, again, like paper clip sort of things to hold clusters of paper together in journals. Skate Canada, 75, Calgary. Who was making a Calgary themed journal? I'm gonna have to search my Etsy messages. Okay. TCH. What do you think this ring stands for? Oh, if it said bitch. Pardon my language. I don't usually say those words, but I have an auntie who would adore a ring if it said the B word, but I don't think it does. I think it just says TCH. Funny. What have we got there? A Christmas stocking. A little bell. There's a bunch of those little bells. Those are probably wine charms. Oh, look at this cute little wiener dog. I know exactly who this is for. No calling dibs on this one, guys. I'm working on a custom journal right now that I already know the owner will love this. So I'm setting that aside with the definitely can use things. This must have been a watch ring or something because this feels like a little battery. Redonate. Anyway, we're down at the very end here. CTR. Don't know what that stands for. More of these little wine charm beaded rings. A little twisted metal ring. It's soldered. It's not just left loose at the end, so an artisan made. Kind of a cool one. That'll look great on a junk journal. Something that feels genuinely old. And then one of those little September birthstone fake stone rings that you find at tourist shops. Again, something sort of cute. Well, anyway, I wanted to actually use something of this stash on camera. So what can we do? I think I'm gonna add this to this. Is that too much purple? I kind of want to add a couple little danglies to this. This is one of my favorite of the new boho beads I made just because it's so big and ridiculous. But how would it look with this sort of mother of pearl circular drop and also this feather? Maybe not both. Maybe I'll save the mother of pearl for a sea themed thing because it's a shell, but I'll add this. Yeah. Since I was thinking I might as well do a little craft on camera to show how you're guaranteed to find something usable when you get these. Mind you, I have had some dud jars and baggies in the junk jewelry. And it's always disappointing when you get a dud and find nothing at all of use in a jar or a baggie. But usually, 9 times out of 10, I'll find something like this. And if you price it out as a crafter, my goodness, pardon the annoying camera angles and out of focus close-ups here. This is why I don't like to do craft with me videos or unboxing videos. It's so hard to stay in focus. And then the moment you realize you're out of focus, it's so hard to keep your composure on camera. If you're somebody like me, that is, who does not mess with editing, I try to be a one-take wonder. See, look how cute that is. Okay. After all my grumbling and complaining about staying in focus and such, it's done. Isn't that adorable? And what I'm going to do with this one is just keep looking for purple and gold colored drops, and I'll just keep adding to it. Maybe add like a little pink for some color contrast. But yeah, it's that much fun to look through these little junk baggies for only $5 each. Oh, what I had started to say is if you add up the values of things like this, considering like the little wine charms might have come from the dollar store for a package, but that's still $1 for all of them. And then little charms and little beads and little tassels at stores like Michael's and Fire Mountain Gems and the other places where you might buy findings like these, they're not cheap. So these little jewelry jars definitely pay for themselves. See, for this, I'm thinking, what about dangling these beads like that? And then using this like a frame, sort of like a halo frame to go around something else. Maybe that's where this cluster goes. We'll see. I'll play with those more off camera and get back to you. And I'll show you where this little adorable little doggy goes. He might just be the cutest thing in the batch today. Look at the enameling. Oh, he's just so cute. Look at even the little expression on his face looks sweet. He's missing a couple of these gray faux stones, but I think that's okay. Just a cheap costume thing, but so adorable. Anyway, let me know what your favorite thing was. If you wanted any of the things from my redonate bag, let me know. And yeah, since it is a 3D thing, I can't send it cheap with just a stamp, but yeah, if anybody wants to call dibs on that, you can have it for the cost of the shipping. I think I'm going to keep this gross little alien thing and see if I can clean up the yarn just because it's hilarious. Isn't that hilarious? Look at how somebody made that. Anyway, I think my favorite things today were the amber ring, the faux ruby, definitely the vintage jelly bean thing. What is this? If any of you watching know what this is, what is it? I do think it's cool looking. Maybe this brooch. There were a lot of good things. I would say today's batch was a good, successful junk jewelry haul. This might also be a favorite. Yeah, that's pretty cool. that sort of frosted plastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time. I might dangle this right from the string here. Sorry, distracted by jewelry again, but thank you so much for watching. Next week, I promise I will be back with a completed junk journal flip through video. The boho journal cover I showed you last time will probably have this as the massive, beautiful bead hanging from it. But in the meantime, I hope you're enjoying your 2024 so far. I hope it's off to a good, creatively inspired, crafty start. So much love to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.